Coffee, a brewed drink prepared from roasted coffee beans. From the coffee fruit, the seeds are separated to produce a stable, raw product, unroasted green coffee. The seeds are then roasted into a process which transforms them into a consumable product, roasted coffee, which is ground into a powder and typically steeped in hot water before being filtered out, producing a cup of coffee. This is the Coffeemates Podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Coffeemates Podcast. You probably remember us. What were we called before, Chris?
College Kids Podcast.
College Kids Podcast. And then we had a little TV at the end there.
Yeah.
Against, popular belief, we're not dead. We're still here. Life just got in the way, kind of hit us. A lot of things have been happening, right, Chris? With you, with me, with the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Update us, man. How have you been? What you been up to? Tell the world your projects.
Well, going to school, learning. Been practicing some stuff, music stuff, art stuff. Yeah, it's pretty much been it. It's been a very boring.
Come on,
year.
give people the juicy details. Tell them
Like
about
what?
a certain album that dropped.
Yes. Floating around, there was an album that I may or may have not dropped, and I may or may not link in the description below.
And he may or may not have merch for it.
I may or may not have merch for it, yes.
So if you're interested, ladies and gentlemen, support your local artists. Although
yeah, basically support your local artists, and it may or may have not been made with open source software.
No, yeah, we're still alive. Chris has been creative. He's entered some creative endeavors recently.
Oh yeah. Oh no, seriously, use Blender for all your 3D and drawing stuff. It's amazing.
I look at Blender and it gives me panic attacks. It's like,
It'll give you more panic attacks. You should see what they did with the user interface.
it looks so. Did they update it?
Oh yeah, they updated it.
Really? I got to give it a look then. But Chris has been going through a lot, and so have I actually. But that's what Chris has been up to. Very creative endeavors. He's been making music. Definitely give it a listen. It's very interesting, the music that he made. There's most of it, or what I remember, it was video game music, video game.
They were
music.
SF2 files. They were sound fonts from video games that came out 20 years ago, like Metroid and Final Fantasy.
And those don't have copyright, right?
I don't know what the legal ramifications is for using sound fonts from 20 years ago.
True.
But to answer the question, no, I haven't made money off of it, at least yet.
Let's hope you don't get sued, huh?
Probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I don't really have a leg to stand on, so.
Yeah. I don't think they would pick on a little guy.
Well, I don't know, with this recent DMCA thing, probably.
Oh, yeah. You're going to go to fucking prison now.
Probably.
If you copyright, so. But no, Chris has been busy lately. He's been keeping himself busy in the pandemic. God, I hate saying that word, pandemic. You hear that in every
you can
fucking
say
video.
COVID-19 or coronavirus or
Pandemic.
The correct way, COVID-19.
It's just buzzwords, man.
Yeah, I hate that word too. That's another word that's ruined by the internet and stuff like that.
Yeah. This shitty situation. All right. He's been keeping himself busy in this shitty ass situation, and And so have I. I've actually semester starts soon. You have classes too, right? Or
Yeah, like technically February. So
I yeah, technically February, but it starts January 30th or some shit like that.
yeah,
But I've been keeping myself busy. I'm teaching myself how to program C++, and it's actually a really hard fucking thing to do. It's so fucking hard.
I have
Just
like a book about C++ somewhere.
so do I. I was forced into buying one, but
Loser. I found mine on the ground.
what?
Yeah,
You
someone
found
was
a
just
C-
giving it away. I was like, oh, cool.
What?
Yeah.
The fuck? I wish. No, but there's this fucking thing like beginner projects, and one of the most common one is like tic-tac-toe, and programming that so fucking confusing if you don't know a lot of like fundamentals and like basics with C++. But no, yeah, I've been keeping myself busy with programming, kind of hanging out with friends here and there. Not really. Are you hanging out with anybody, Chris, in the
I'm
pandemic?
trying to work something out with that, like trying to hang out with our friends.
Why don't we hang out? What? We have a podcast and we don't hang out.
Because every time when you ask me to, it's always when I get back out of town and I'm being
That's true.
quarantined.
You're like always going to Florida or some shit.
Not always. I only been
Getting a
like twice a
sunburn.
year. No, it was like bleak when I went there. It was like cold and miserable.
In Florida?
Yeah.
It gets cold over there?
Yeah, it gets cold.
Isn't it like always hot or some shit?
Depends on the season. Like summer, it's really hot. Spring, it like rains a lot. Winter, it usually is sunny, but sometimes it gets really cold.
That's interesting. I mean, Florida though, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
No, but no, yeah, this shitty situation. I don't know why I'm thinking this, but do you remember why we made this podcast in the first place? Like, we're gonna go to different topics, but I'm like, this whole thing started because some fucking teacher was like, "Hey,
It was a
you
college
need to work on a
project.
Yeah, dude, his name was Ryan, I think, right?
Yeah, it was actually.
And he was just like, "Yo, like, do a project, do a podcast." I forget what the requirements were, and we're like, "All right."
It had to be on a specific topic, and it had to be in like a video / audio / something format.
I remember I had to leave the room.
Oh yeah,
I had
I left the room too. I can't stand to hear the sound of my voice,
I could not stay there and listen to that. Like,
which is a bad quality to have if you're a musician. But you know,
yeah, I feel like musicians after a while they're like, yeah, it's my voice, so what? Like,
I
it
feel
is
like
what
over
it is.
time I can like get used to it. But you know,
No, but yeah, this whole thing started because of Ryan. Kudos to Ryan, man. He started the College Kids podcast, now known as Coffeemates.
assuming we don't get sued by Coffee Mate, singular.
What the is that a really established thing? What is that?
Coffee Mate, you know, the people who make those artificial like creamers, like French vanilla,
Okay.
caramel coffee. Yeah.
I don't think they have grounds to sue us, right? We should
Well,
be
we're
fine.
called Coffee Mates, plural.
Yeah, we got the S. Fuck you, Coffee Mate. Also,
Well, that's why I said plural. Duh.
if you wanna sponsor us, Coffee Mate, then
I wouldn't mind a sponsorship of Coffee Mate. Like hell yeah, I would need some Coffee Mate in my life.
send us a Keurig. Is that what that shit is called?
I don't know. I don't get sponsorships.
But yeah, no. So speaking of Squarespace, actually, I love this. No, I'm kidding. I wish. But that's kind of what we've been up to since the last. When was our last episode? Months ago.
Months ago. It was probably back in, like the end of summer, probably.
Like September. Really? I thought September or some shit.
But I don't remember recording. Actually, I take it back. I think we recorded sometime before October.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, man, I'm busy. I can't do stuff. My dick's too small.
No, that is a very accurate impression of me. No, that semester was shit. That semester was pretty busy, but
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
dude. So, update on like what you're doing now and in your future prospects. What's happening with you, Chris? What are your plans?
What prospects?
Classes?
you know, I'm not gonna say that whole year was shitty because I did accomplish one thing. I made an album. And
You did.
not a lot of people can say that. So the fact I finished it, yeah,
You absolutely did, man.
I finished it. Semester could have gone a lot better.
I can attest to that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I learned a lot this year, like a lot. You know, mostly with like relationships and don't fuck around with school. I don't know about you, Chris, but I always register so late for classes.
I registered probably a few months. Actually, I think I registered. Yeah, I registered all the way back in November or December.
For this semester?
Yeah, for the upcoming semester.
Couldn't you only register like a month before? Isn't that like...
I think they give you. I believe they give you the option, like even when they're open for the upcoming semester, like next semester over.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think so. At least that's what
my-
happened when we were in our college.
My school only does it like a month or two.
Yeah, I think it might.
before-
I think it depends on the college, but yeah, I'm already registered, assuming that I'm still gonna go.
Yeah. So don't fuck around with school. If you're in college, man, the day you get a notification that's like, hey, you can register for classes, register for classes.
Assuming that college is for you, like,
Yeah.
which 9 times out of 10 it's mostly not, but you know.
College isn't even for me, and I'm still doing that shit.
I'm a stubborn person, and I'm going because why not?
Yeah, fuck, yeah. I don't fuck someone.
The original mind says just get your GED and just call it a day. That was the original idea.
Oh, I thought you meant for the general person. I'm like, no.
No, that well maybe like I don't know. These days, having like prospects is a good thing.
True.
I think they made it harder to get your GED now.
I mean, I have no idea.
That used to be like the get out of like school free card, but now I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think everyone should experience high school. The whole
But fuck you, I got my high school diploma. I got my fucking Regents diploma. Suck my dick.
you get a diploma for Regents?
Yeah, you didn't?
I went to a portfolio school, so I didn't.
I
take
went to a
Regents.
private school.
Oh, okay, Mr. Richie.
I assumed that was the standard. You get the high school diploma and you get the Regents diploma.
I don't know because I didn't take Regents.
Because that wouldn't make sense. Because if it was like both the same thing, then people who didn't pass the Regents wouldn't be able to graduate high school.
Man, I don't know logistics. But I mean, high school. I barely passed high school, so I mean.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think I was like 0.2, or no, I think it was 0.1 history credits behind. And then the principal made me do a project and was like, here's your fucking credit. I was like, all right, thank God. I'm out of here. But no, so future prospects, Josh, you're going to class. Are you working on any new music, any artwork?
I have ideas for like future music. As for artwork, right now I'm working on a new intro for the podcast.
He is. From what he showed me, it looks pretty good.
I showed you like a singular cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Cups can look good, man.
Oh yeah.
Look, even looking at it right now, I can kind of tell what you're doing.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just trying to get better at Blender and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's funny. You guys can't see this unless Chris puts it up on the YouTube video. But the photo he sent me is
if I can't superimpose it.
the photo he sent me is so like interesting because it says so much about him. Like, there's a fucking bullet, I think, like on his desk,
What
and
are
then
you
you have
talking
like
about?
like a star, the Death Star, and then a mold of something.
I have 2 molds on my desk. One is from the TARDIS from the Doctor Who series, and one is from a zombie.
Oh, that's what that is, yeah.
Oh god damn it.
And he's got like musical notes in the back, his little webcam that he doesn't use.
I do use it. I use it for Zoom classes.
You show your face on Zoom classes?
Well, it's a mandatory thing.
Hell no, dude. I always say like it's broken or something.
That works with some teachers. Others say it's mandatory. And if you say it's broken, they make you say, okay, we'll go to the IT department and they'll give you like one.
True. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not a picture, it's a whiteboard in my background.
I have such a gripe with teachers, like, during this time. Especially teachers who are asynchronous. Like, I don't know about you, Chris, but teachers, I feel like, got a lot more lazier.
I think they're just they're in a new situation where they never thought they would have to prepare for, where all the stuff that they learned, all the stuff that they were taught to do to teach kids isn't necessarily going to help them in this new situation.
Dude, but I should say this. I'm not talking about high school teachers or like middle school. I'm talking specifically about college professors.
Well, same with college professors, because they can't teach half the shit they need to teach because they're not in person.
Like, don't get me wrong. There are, like, good professors who, like, are actually trying to get through this shit. But I've had professors who are asynchronous, and they're just like, read a chapter, take a test, go fuck yourself. It's like, you're just getting paid to post content you made 3 years ago. Because it's like this, he's teaching the same class. So it's like, why the fuck am I trying so hard?
Like, he clearly does not give a shit. And there are teachers like that. Some teachers just don't care.
Dude, he didn't grade, like, the first, like, 5 tests until the semester was over. And then, like, people were asking for feedback, asking why they got questions right, and he never replied. I was just like, what the fuck, dude? But, like, I already had a background in programming, so I was just like, all right, man, I feel bad for you guys. But yeah. But no, I don't know, man. I have such a gripe with teachers during this time. I just want.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Continue.
I just want like a passionate teacher, you know, someone who's in it to win it. Like, yeah, like we're gonna show up to class, we're gonna do this and that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And sometimes I feel like it's vice versa, where I feel like I'm the terrible student, and the teachers really are trying their best. And
that as well, yeah.
And due to reasons that are out of my control, I can't really. Like, I'm sorry if I'm giving you the wrong impression. It's just, I know you're trying your best, and I'm trying to.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, shit roll the dice.
C's get degrees, am I right?
Yeah. That's literally what my uncle taught me. And he's a college professor.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I had to take a W, actually.
Me too.
It's not, for those that don't know what a W is,
it's
that's not a win. It is not a win.
It means you like forfeit the class so you don't get like the credits counted for your final grade.
But you still have to pay for the class. So.
Yeah, you still have to pay for the class. Yeah, that's another downside.
And I'm not covered by FAFSA, so I get fucked in both ends.
Even if you were covered in FAFSA, odds are it's not really.
It
still finds a way to screw you over.
Yeah, but I'm taking 4 classes a semester. I'm excited. How about you? Are you taking 4 or 5? 3?
3.
3. Oh man, I was like the whole class registration was a whole nightmare too. But I won't get into that. We gotta talk about the current times and move on from this. But present and future prospects for me. Semester's starting soon, the 28th, I think, or the 30th of January, something like that. And I'm starting a new job soon. And that's like 8-hour shifts, like on the weekend on Friday. So like I might even have conflicts with recording this podcast, but we're definitely gonna get these episodes out. I'm at least gonna force myself to stay consistent.
Yeah, they say 2021 is hindsight.
Yeah. But tell them about some of the changes we're making, right? Like what are all the changes
besides from like the name change? Yeah. Obviously name change. We're doing a Saturday to Tuesday schedule.
Yeah, Saturday.
That's what we're going.
Unless you need more days, it's up to you.
that's enough days to like edit it, do stuff, and like blah. And we're thinking of like, you know, spreading our wings and fly.
Yeah. We're doing a bi-monthly.
Was it bi-monthly or bi-weekly?
I forget. Bi-weekly, I think. We're doing this bi-weekly instead because we feel like it leaves more room for like more shit to happen. Because we were talking, it's like sometimes there can be really boring weeks where nothing happens.
They're literal droughts because people are bored, they don't know what to do.
Yeah. Like drama droughts.
Sometimes it's productive, sometimes it's like destructive to other people's lives, so you know.
Yeah.
Like how many people were canceled? Like in the span of a year?
This year at least?
Like last year.
Oh, I keep thinking it's 2020. I haven't adjusted yet.
Yeah.
Last year, yeah.
Like well over 100, I assume.
The whole H3 Keemstar, I remember we recorded something about that.
That was a really dumb one. I'm still.
That one just kind of sizzled out. Like we never really got a conclusion from that.
Because the payoff and the reason why it occurred in the first place it just left a bad taste in my mouth. That's what happened.
For what? Like what?
Why that whole drama started in the first place.
For money, right? Ultimately.
It was money. It was over petty shit that happened like months prior.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't for good intentions. It wasn't for justice for Etika. It was just. Yeah. He made fun of me.
They're both cunts, but I think H3 is a tiny bit less of a cunt.
He's getting up there. Assuming
he
doesn't
is,
clear up his accent.
with the whole Trisha Paytas thing too. Like they've got a podcast.
I don't give a
now.
shit about that. Like I don't care. I don't watch the podcast.
Low key feel like he's taking advantage, but I don't know. I don't watch it either. I just know about it.
It started off decent. Then you realize that wait a minute. When he's on the spot, it's really hard for him to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine watching that for 2 hours straight. You're like, oh fuck.
But then again, imagine listening to us for half an hour straight. Like,
I never said what we do is like quality.
No, yeah. I'm glad you said
I'm not
it.
tooting our own horn. I'm not tooting our own horn. Like, yes, it's really hard to be funny for like an hour or two. I understand that. That's why you like plan stuff ahead and you like root, like not like rehearse, but like you have material, which he does. But the problem is he follows it to a T.
Yeah.
You gotta like hop around. You gotta like I don't know.
I'm honestly glad you said it. Because I don't want to put ourselves down, but we definitely need a lot of practice, I feel like.
Yeah, which we barely do. And that's like half the stuff that I do is like I barely practice even though I really should. But here's the thing, if your guests are like 10 times more funnier than you on your own podcast.
Did you say Gus?
Guests.
Oh, okay.
If your guests are like 10 times more funnier than you on your own podcast, there's a problem. And you need to change your format.
Have they? Who? Like on the HC podcast or the Trisha Paytas?
Yes. Ironically, Shane Dawson was more funnier on his podcast.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm honestly
which is sad.
Like now that you mentioned Shane Dawson, I'm honestly so curious. Like, what do you think he's doing right now? Like, what is Shane Dawson doing at the moment?
Probably hiding. He came out of hiding to congratulate Trisha Paytas for her wedding, her engagement.
She got married.
She got engaged to some person. Spoiler alert, it's probably gonna last like a year or less.
I mean, like the whole Jake Paul and Tana Mongoloid situation.
Like that. Also, you also have to understand her past, like engagements. Like
Trisha?
At one point, she was married to, what's the name of the director? Quentin Tarantino.
Who?
Quentin Tarantino, the guy who directed
Trisha?
Pulp Fiction. Yes.
Get the fuck out. That did not happen.
That was real. Look it up. I'm not joking. That was real.
Happen.
That was real.
What the fuck?
I bet she like helped with his foot fetish thing.
Put it if you get the chance, put this up on the YouTube.
I'll try to find like the
I
article
don't
or the
even-
picture of them.
Quentin Tarantino.
That was like a real thing, and I'm like baffled. That was.
That is not real, dude. What
He still makes great movies. I can barely think of a bad one.
No, they never dated. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they were together. They were like married.
No, this headline says no. YouTuber Trisha Paytas and Quentin Tarantino never dated.
Oh fuck! I've been lied to. God damn it.
I don't know.
But then again, it's not gonna last probably. She's like a bullshitter too. So. Actually, she probably bullshitted about that whole marriage with Quentin Tarantino. So fuck.
I mean, maybe like the
God, she's like the OG troll.
Yeah, I remember her pop like the first time seeing her. Like, what the fuck? All right.
Was it like the dogs don't have brains thing?
I think I remember something like that. I don't know. That was so long ago.
She made a video. Apparently there was, I don't know if she originated the debate or it was like some hot topic, even though it wasn't, if you did the most basic amount of research. Where, I don't think dogs have brains because they can't speak, even though if you know anything about like animals, they don't have vocal cords.
Was that wasn't an actual debate, was it? Please tell me.
Apparently it was debatable enough to be on YouTube. I don't know.
Dude, you know, I'm looking at Audacity and I think I'm peaking beyond 6, so I'm a little scared. I'm gonna lower this a tiny little bit.
If it's above 6, I can just like compress it or, do some noise reduction.
But yeah, on the fly podcast comments.
Oh yeah.
No, but no, Trisha, I feel like she's trolled so much, like she doesn't even have
you can't tell where she's telling the truth or not. Like
exactly.
Like at one point, I think she said she was like transgender or gay, and people said no, you're not. And she's like, yeah, I'm not.
Did she?
She said she's so many things, and it's like
she doubled back on that.
I think she did double back on that, because if you look at all her past relationships, they've been like with straight people.
I don't think that. All right, whatever. I don't know the logistics, but
I don't know. She she flip flops to so many things that like, yeah, okay.
But no, there's Trisha Paytas. I didn't think that's one of the. I didn't think we'd.
Yeah, I don't know why we spent like 5-10 minutes talking about Trisha Paytas.
The title's just like Trisha Paytas and Quentin Tarantino did what?
Fucks. Yeah.
No, but in more recently, storming the Capitol. What?
Yeah, I've been feeling angry. I might do that this week.
That's not even.
Apparently, it's super easy to get into the Capitol. Who knew?
Yeah, honestly, and fucking January 19th is coming up, and like they're talking about civil war and shit. Like it isn't even a joke anymore.
But they'll shut that down before it ever happens. Like
I hope so.
Maybe if this was like 100 years, like 300 years ago, maybe there'll be another civil war. But it's how the government works now. They would just shut that down.
Jesus, man. I would hope the military just doesn't like has zero patience for that shit.
I'm surprised that the cops had patience.
Yeah.
Like a grand total of people, like 4 killed and like what, a few injured.
Like
you assume it'd be like a massacre with like the cops' like track record.
Yeah, I mean, and
kind of impressive, but
honestly, like there's no way to put it, dog. Like that's the like perfect example of white privilege I've ever seen. And you're like to talk about some serious shit, right? Like Black Lives Matter, like they had a bunch of peaceful protests and they got completely fucked by police. I mean, you've seen like so many videos.
I've seen I also have another theory.
Police, like, I don't know what was happening. Like, I think they rejected extra help because they didn't think they needed it, and so they didn't have that many people. But at the same time,
to be fair, how many people have stormed the Capitol?
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't think that's ever like even I was like debating. Wait, does this count as treason? Like, I don't think I've ever seen this happen before. I don't know what the legality of like storming the Capitol
this
is.
Should happen like 100 years ago. Like, what kind of fucking world are we living in? But no, you also had cops like taking selfies and shit. Like, I'm pretty sure you saw that. That was making headlines.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why they. It bothers me. Like.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Like, everybody's heard of it though, right? We're not talking about anything new. It's been like what, a week now.
Well, everyone's talked about it. Yeah. my mom was like cursing up a storm. I was like, how can our country go to shit? Like, I was like, okay.
She was.
We were trying to watch Parasite. She was like on her phone. I keep telling her, listen, get off of Facebook, get off of all that shit. It's not healthy.
Perfect movie to get interrupted about
I love that
storming
movie,
the Capitol.
Yeah, it's weird. Even though the message in that movie has nothing to do about storming
Economic
the Capitol,
classes, political power, and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if you haven't heard about the Capitol, you're seriously living under a rock, and I'm kind of worrying. So.
What's really sad, and yeah, it's if you're living under a rock, but what's really sad about that is that they actually did it. Like, they did something no one's ever done before, and once they got there, like, insert like plankton meme, like, what was the point?
Yeah, I know.
They stood at a podium. They were acting like hot shit. They were like saying on like public officials like desks, like they owned it. Like,
That's the thing. I don't even think they
did their like
knew.
pathfinding broke? did they like break mid? Were they like in beta version of Cyberpunk 2077? What the fuck happened?
Did their pathfinding break? That's
yeah,
hilarious.
literally, like they just sat around there, like did nothing.
No, I remember reading something that there was some kind of motive. Like there were also pipe bombs and shit found. But
well, I assumed the motive was to stop the vote, but I guess it just got lost.
Yeah.
Like,
I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Like, I assumed they got lost and they just couldn't find where they were like holding the votes, because I assumed that most of the people with a few amount of brain cells just went into hiding so they wouldn't like get caught in the mob.
Like, in their own delusion, this is how they thought it was gonna happen, right? They're like, okay, we're at a Trump rally. He's gonna get us fired up. We're gonna march to the fucking Capitol, and we're gonna stop the vote. Like, what fucking insane batshit delusion do you need to be in to think that that'll actually happen and they won't just go on with the process?
Assuming you wouldn't get killed at all.
Yeah, like what the fuck? It's.
And I tried keeping my mouth shut for the entire thing. I was like, you know what? I don't care.
I try not.
Like, I respect the hustle. I respect the attitude. Well, not really. Like, listen, that's not something you just take lightly. Like, you stormed the fucking Capitol. Like in any video game, that would be impossible. That would be the hardest. That would be the final boss. You do that in like.
They said
that was like a fucking speed run.
They said this shit is in 1860s. Hold on, honey. Let me get my gunpowder. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Literally, they called it a fucking revolution. I was like, okay.
I don't know about you, but I went to 4chan when all this was happening. Because it's like, it's just a cesspool of like garbage and like racism and like just straight up I went.
It's a product of an internet that doesn't exist anymore, so it's. Yeah.
That makes sense. Weirdly enough, yeah.
Because back in the early days of the internet, you can like say all kinds of shit, and no one like it's the
Flash
internet,
games are just casually racist and sexist.
Oh, we should probably talk about that too.
Yeah, didn't that die or something?
It died, but like every single place that like hosted Flash games, like, oh yeah, we like booted to this new software so you can still play Flash games. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So literally nothing was technically lost.
Thank God.
I mean, I'm still gonna miss it, like the principle of it.
These kids will only know Fortnite and not porta potty flying.
Yeah, porta potty, like Hobo Fighter, like 2009 or something. That was my favorite, Hobo Fighter, like 1 in 5.
I think Balloons Tower Defense was on that too. That was cool math games.
Although, more than I think about it, like a lot of the early like Cartoon Network and like Nickelodeon stuff probably wasn't saved, so it's probably like lost and gone.
Maybe, hopefully not. There's probably Wayback Machine. I don't even think that helps.
There's probably Wayback Machines, but I think you need Flash to like get those games to run. So yeah. But yeah, pathfinding breaks. They can't like get into the like. It breaks, and they're like they're arrested by the FBI, and the person who they were trying to fight for completely sold them out.
No, but even then he was like saying like good shit about them. He was like, "Oh, you're doing a."
Yeah, was he saying good shit about that? Like he was like, "Oh yes, this is a new
and
dawn."
And then on top of that, he didn't even take responsibility. So I don't.
Well, that was my question. Was he endorsing it? Like, is he telling me a good job, keep doing that or something? Like, what was...
Well, he encouraged the march, and then, like, on Twitter, because he didn't know how bad it'd get, I think. Or maybe, like, he didn't think he would face backlash for it or something.
I assumed I was like, this will probably never happen. You know, just put up a good fight.
Yeah,
know?
And he was tweeting at people.
He's like, oh, shit. You crazy fuckers. I did not expect you to do this. You blown my expectations.
It's a cult at this point, because now Republicans are even like jumping off ship. They're like, yeah, no, we're not getting associated with this.
What the fuck?
And dude, I feel like the balance has returned, because for the past 4 years, it's always like these Republicans are like, these fucking loony leftists, gets owned by Ben Shapiro, and then like people crying in the 2016 election, and now on 4chan.
People are crying over the 2020 version. It's like the roles are reversed.
Yeah. On 4chan, there's so much delusion. Like, they keep saying, like, oh, he didn't lose. And then they keep laughing, like, LOL, you think that he's going to be gone by the 20th. Like, yeah, that's how the government works, dude. And there's so much mental gymnastics.
You know, if it was a dictatorship, the odds of that happening are pretty, like, high. I mean, how long has Putin's been in office?
Dictatorship for who?
Like,
for America?
Well, I mean, if it was a dictatorship, you'd be like, yeah, I'm still here. You know?
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah.
No one but pick.
I don't get how you let someone like Trump, like, encourage you to do some shit like that, you know? Because he doesn't give a fuck about anybody. What the fuck?
Yeah. What kind of form of government does Russia go under?
I think they're, like, technically democratic, but not really.
Yeah, democracy. Are they technically a democracy?
Let me actually see.
Because how long has Putin been in office?
Is Russia...
Because they're not communists anymore, but there does seem to be a weird power structure there.
Is Russia still a communist country? Not anymore.
You may win this round, democracy, but communism will come back and bite you in the ass.
I think it's a socialist country. I don't know.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Because I was thinking, it's like, Putin's been in office in a long time, but they're not communists. They don't do communism anymore, so I'm trying to, like, think, wait a minute. I was just making sure so I didn't sound stupid.
Yeah, I'm honestly, like, I don't know too much about foreign governments and shit.
But then again, I don't follow Russian politics, so I don't know.
It's probably, like, more of the same. Fucking Putin killing journalists left and right and shit.
It's a good question.
No, there was that one whenever, like, guy who he tried to kill or something, and then he posted a picture of him drinking tea, which is, like, a symbol, because, like, that's how people die. They poison tea, so I don't know.
Really? Because that has, like, a whole different meaning in America now.
Drinking tea?
What, spilling the tea? You know?
Oh, not like that,
but yeah.
You know, and honest to God, you know, Chris, I'll be alone in saying this, but, like, if you're a Trump supporter listening to this, like, go fuck yourself. You know,
I don't really care who you follow or what, but there are certain things that the human mind can only, like, process, and this is, like, one of them.
Yeah, no, I'm not even saying this on behalf of Coffeemates or on behalf of Chris, but unless he wants to say it for himself, but, like, you are so delusional at this point if you're still a Trump supporter. Like, that shit is just wild. This isn't like a leftist podcast, like, not far left.
No, I'm neither. I don't enforce either side. I look at both sides. That's my philosophy. But yeah, there's certain things I just can't like they're like, you gotta put your foot down and say, yeah, this is retarded.
Yeah, I see what you get, like, but you can't go full blown centralism because nothing's
to a certain extent. It's in the realm of reason. When it's beyond that, I'm like, okay,
like,
it's clearly gone too far.
Like, there's some situations where you got to pick a side, man. Like, especially
and to be fair, I don't think anyone predicted that. Like, I don't think anyone predicted that anyone was actually gonna, like, you know, storm the Capitol. Because that's the last thing I thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
in
and there was no heads up on this. I mean,
to storm the Capitol.
Yeah, but
it just happened. I don't think they even expected it to happen. It was like, okay, we did.
they were
now
just
what?
fired up.
I'll say this before. I'll say it again. This was an unplanned speed run. Like, they pulled like a dream. They got 100 trillion out of one, and they stormed the Capitol. And just like that speed run, it all fell apart.
Yeah, the whole thing is just a mess, man. But that's the most important bit of news, I feel like, politics and stuff. But moving on from politics, what are some other things that, like, especially since the last time we recorded, right? Like, what are some major things that happened?
Christ, so much things.
Did Shane Dawson get canceled after we recorded?
He got canceled back in like summer or something. I don't care. Like, I'm sick of canceling.
It was like
in general.
6 months ago or some shit.
It's amazing how fast people can like ruin something that could be actually used to help people. Like it amazes
Shane Dawson was helping people?
No, I mean canceling in general. It used to be like back when Me Too was like a thing. It was like used as an actual tool for people to stand up to like big people, to like
I think
give them a voice.
Hot take. I honestly think a majority of people getting canceled are for valid reasons. I honestly do.
If you asked me that like a year or two ago, I would say yes. But seeing how what people are being canceled for,
like what's the most ridiculous thing you saw somebody get canceled for?
What is the most ridiculous thing I saw someone get canceled for?
There was also that Bella Delphine. Oh, her sex tape. That happened.
Okay, the thing about that, like, if you don't like that type of content, that's totally fine. It's like a valid.
Are you talking about
like,
the recent thing?
The recent thing I'm talking about, yeah.
Right. So.
Like, that's fine. You don't have to like it. Like, I get that.
For those that don't know, Bella Delphine started making porn not too long ago, and then she recorded some kind of sensitive stuff. I mean, obviously, with it being
it was like a rape scenario in a forest,
like,
which is like an actual category on like Pornhub and like X video.
Yeah, the whole thing with that, like, I kind of side with Bella Delphine. I don't really like her as a person, but in that specific example, I do agree with her. It's fantasy, right? So, I don't know though.
It's role play, like, and if you got triggered by that, like,
it's the internet too.
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, it's the internet. Like, listen, I've seen things. I've been from hell and back. I've delved into the dark corridors of the internet. And if you get triggered for something like that, God help you if you end up on 4chan or
for
some other
right?
8chan for that matter.
I do understand when people do have trigger warnings because people
I get it. There's certain things that I don't like either. Like, I don't like child death, for instance. Like, I hate any harm that happens to a child. It makes me cringe. You can call me weird, but hey, you know what?
Who doesn't? Who likes that though? Who's like, yeah, dying children?
Well, you know the answer.
Who?
Call me Carson.
What?
Nah, I'm joking.
Carson
I don't know if he's
kills
into
kids.
that or not. No, he just holds on to nudes of minors when he's like 20.
Oh yeah, I don't even know too much about that.
That's the dumbest fucking thing I've heard. Like, you hold on to like underage nudes to your like 22. Do you just forget they're on your computer?
Yeah, it would be different if it was like, whatever. I don't give a shit about them.
As for the whole 17 and 19, that's like high school shit. Like, child pornography, there's legality to that. There's actual like proof of that.
Yeah. I don't see how you can forget to have someone's nudes though. I feel like that's pretty like.
I mean, if you put it in like a place where you wouldn't remember it, like sometimes I end up with pictures I have since like 2014, not porn, but like some random shit that I just had.
Dick. You get arrested for your own child porn.
You joke about that, but there are cases where, by technicality, if you take a dick pic and you're underage and you send it, you're technically sending child pornography.
Your Honor, it's my own cock and balls, please.
Your Honor, what do you think, right? What do you think? The angle good? The lighting?
I took that.
Yeah, that's my dick.
No, as the whole Call Me Carson thing, I don't know. It's I think I remember saying, like, she was 17 and he was 19 or something. Like, if that's the case...
he was 19, he was 17. And the age thing, like... I lost count how many times I saw kids in my high school, like, dating when they were, like, 18 and the other kids were, like, 16
honestly,
or 17.
though, like, there were some instances where, like, seniors would date, like, the freshmen. It's like, dude, you're about to go to college. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird, but, you know, it's...
Like, those people you have to be worried about. But, like, the thing with Carson, it's like, was it legal at the time? Yeah, like, shit, I was 18 and my girlfriend was 17. Like, even 16 at some point, but only for, like, a month. And, like, we sent shit back and forth. I don't have them now, obviously, because I'm not, I'm not Carson.
Who just forgets he has nudes on his, like, computer. Like,
yeah, like, I don't know, I lost them at some point. Not...
Your Honor, I lost them.
I don't have them anymore. So, like, that in itself, I feel like is not illegal, but it is a little creepy to hold on to them, like, what, 2 years after the fact? Like,
yeah, it's pretty weird.
Yeah, I don't save nudes. You gotta be, like, horny as shit to save someone's nudes. I mean, at least in your 20s now, right? Like, I get a nude and I'm like, that's what's up, dude.
Yeah, if I'm like a sad middle-aged man, or not middle-aged, like, like 40, I have an ugly wife and 5 annoying kids, and want to think back to a pleasant time where I actually dated, like, attractive women, then yeah, I would do that.
I don't think I could. Like, I feel like if you break up with someone, it's only right to, like, remove their nude photos. Like,
yeah, but not for your memories. Like, think about all those times. Like,
I mean, memories, like, if you could remember from that long ago, but actual photos and videos.
I can.
Oh yeah, you got good memory.
Oh yeah. Listen, I can remember what I did when I was drunk, so
But I mean, this is a message to, guys and also girls, because girls can be creeps too, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah, you rarely do see that, right?
Yeah.
Like, girls, like, preying on underage boys.
They're just better at hiding it, or society accepts it more.
Well, that's like the ultimate fantasy for most kids. Like, oh, you don't think, like, the whole, hot teacher, like, kid thing happens a lot, but most of the times they do.
I feel like they think that's a fantasy, but if it were to actually happen, I don't think they'd enjoy it as much.
Yeah, because... Yeah, that sounds like an epic fantasy when you're, like, in your 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid and that happens to you and you're sexually taken advantage of because you don't have, like... She's a teacher. She has the authority.
Yeah. It's
and
power
you don't.
dynamics.
You're a kid. You don't have rights.
Dude, I, like... just to use a pretty good example, I think I'm in with a teacher. Like, it was a teacher at our past college, and,
How old were you?
No, like, I think I could fuck her now. There's a teacher in our past college that, like, I kind of keep in tabs with, and I think if I wanted to, I could.
Would I know this person?
That's, like, the douchiest fucking thing I've ever said. Do you know this person?
If I would, I could have.
Maybe. You might.
Would I know the I might? Okay.
You might have passed them in the hallway, or something, but...
Probably.
I'm not going to say too much just so I can leave her unidentified.
Yeah, don't, like, yeah.
But, like, thinking about fucking her is a little scary to me, man. Because she's, like, in her 40s. She's, like, I think in her 40s. I don't know.
What are your ages?
Maybe late 30s or early 50s or some shit. I don't know.
Okay, we got an ageist over here. Jeez.
Not ageist, but, like...
I'm joking.
Yeah, no. Because when I picture 40-year-olds, I picture coffee breath, and I'm like, we are coffee mates, right? We enjoy a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
But
and we don't mind pouring our herbs and spices out.
Absolutely. But I hate coffee breath. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
So like if I wake up in the morning next to her and she comes at me with coffee breath, I'm gonna fucking, like, be so grossed out. But that's not the point. Like, the point is, you fantasize about this shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck my professor, but like, I don't want to do it. I'm just scared. You know, I feel like a little boy.
That's probably what they want.
Yeah, probably, right? I think she's into that. Like, I think she's...
What, are you, a scared little boy?
I think she's into younger guys.
That's a preference, yeah. That's legit. There's guys who are into, like, 80-year-old women.
80? What? Like...
Oh, you never seen that video?
Walking cane stuff?
Yeah. There was like this guy. He was like on one of those, you know, those like weird like those weird addiction shows. He's like, I'm into like kissing 80-year-old women.
No.
Yeah.
Put a clip up so they can see what the fuck
I'll just like put
about.
a clip of like a I'll just like put a clip like a small like
fuck?
snippet.
Hold on, let me see if I can find this myself.
I'll put like slow motion, like you can see every single detail in like 4K or 1080p.
80-year-old woman?
Or something like that. It was like I'm addicted to kissing older women or something like that.
What the fuck? Alright, that's weird as shit. If you could find it, put it up.
Yeah, if I'll find it, I'll like put it up.
Dude.
I'll just put another one of those weird addiction shows on, because that's like a gold mine for content.
Yeah, they've got the old person's, you know, the old people smell. Like, imagine kissing somebody with the old people. You know, like old people have a specific smell to them, right? Like, kind of getting rotten.
It depends on the like the environment. Like, yeah, you can like smell like certain like fabric softener and stuff like that they use. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that smell would make me so turned off. And what if that might, you know, because you always think about banging a MILF, right? Like, what if that professor smells like an old person? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Like, so I don't know.
Someone out there decided to, like, you know, out of the goodness of his heart, make a tier list of the top 10, like the top MILFs.
Top MILFs.
Like S tier or like you know, D tier MILFs in like children's cartoons or anime.
Yeah. I'm done.
And I seen people's like lists and like, okay.
Disney movies be horny, bro.
Like they put like Marge Simpson, like Lois Griffin. Like really?
Really? Those aren't.
You want to fuck a person who looks like a.
Are they MILFs?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think I would consider them MILFs.
Moms, I would fuck. Like middle-aged.
I would
mom.
not fuck. No. You know, this is the all right. Let's talk. This is the title of the fucking podcast. Which cartoon MILF would you fuck? I think
if you're asking me seriously,
Incredibles, hands down.
You're basic.
Dude, no, I'm gonna fuck. I'll be basic.
Yeah, I know. I get that. Mrs. Incredible. Yeah, I get that.
Cause she's like she's human. She's stretchy, right? So you don't even know what the fuck she could do with that shit.
That vulva like stays the same no matter what. It's genius, really.
She could be tight or loose.
Bob has it down.
Whichever is your preference.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt gross saying that.
It doesn't age. Listen, they knew what they were doing when they made that character.
Dude, and you know
they were self-aware. You know that
they
scene
made her
I'm
ass
about,
fucking
right?
gigantic.
They were self-aware. Like there was a scene where she was like staring at it, and there's like the weird like.
Honestly,
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think that scene like woke something up inside or something.
Dude, honestly, there's such a weird sexualization with like children's movies that I think gets
where they just give the moms like fat dump trucks.
Yeah, it's giving younger people like porn addictions, dude. But I mean, I don't know.
I wouldn't go that far.
That is a huge jump, but like.
Yeah, like a taste in women. Yes, I agree. It like gives them like a preference.
Yeah.
As for an addiction, no, that's usually brought on like with the own person.
I feel like it's a stepping stone.
A stepping stone in like like in like fetish stuff, but you know
it's almost how like HBO and Netflix are coming out with nudity content, like fucking like Big Mouth. You know Big Mouth.
Big Mouth is Netflix.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they have like animated titties.
You said HBO.
No, HBO and Netflix.
Okay, you said HBO. Okay, I thought you said like HBO Plus.
They have like titties and like fucking talking pussies and shit. And
Okay, here's the thing about Big Mouth. That shit is fucking disgusting. Like all the character models.
It is. I gotta be honest. It's the most disgusting show I've ever seen, but I love it.
Like, I draw the line at kids, like, masturbating and talking to their dicks and vaginas.
That's the only weird
like,
part. That's the only issue, yeah.
Also, like, it doesn't... There's nothing attractive on, like, that show that would say, like, yeah, I would fuck that character. They all have terrible character designs. Like, if you're into, like, spaced out eyes and, like, big mouths... They're
also
see,
middle
like,
schoolers, right? So, I mean...
Yeah, they're middle schoolers, voiced by adults, which is, you know, take at your own.
But if you like Big Mouth and you're watching this, you know, which are two very unlikely things.
It's very common for like normal people.
Leave a comment.
Like if you like
this show.
If you're like, I see people who aren't really into cartoons say they like Big Mouth. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just don't like it because of those specific reasons, and it's pretty much just garbage tier Family Guy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like they have the same joke structure. They use cutaways. Like, oh, we're breaking the fourth wall. Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
I get it. I love when shows break the fourth wall. It's my favorite fucking thing.
Yeah, when they're doing it in a creative way, if they're just doing it in a lazy manner, then like, okay, you're not Deadpool. You're not fucking.
I remember the what's that fucking show about cooking and the animation style? Chowder, I think. There's this one.
I love Chowder. You see, they did it in a funny way.
Yeah.
They did it in a funny way.
Do you know what scene I'm talking? They like erase.
Are you talking about the one where it's like he's like drawing on like the camera, like it's like he looks like he's drawing the camera.
I don't know. I just remember he erased the Cartoon Network like logo, and I thought that.
No, he was trying. No, I know the scene you're talking about, and he doesn't do that specifically. What happens is that he's like drawing, but he accidentally draws on the camera. And he's like, oh no! Then Gazpacho, voiced by Master Shake from Aqua Team Hunger Force. Yeah. He's like, come here. No. He's like telling the cameraman to come closer. He's like, no, forward. And he like erases it. He's like, there, all done. Then Chowder's like, wait, what about that? He's like, oh, I can't wash that off. Trust me, I tried.
Yeah, no.
Like that's good. That's actually like good. That's a good way of like
too.
Referencing the fourth wall. And so it's just like, whoa, isn't this episode crazy? Even doing an ironic stuff, even doing ironically, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, no.
Like you're no Chowder.
Deadpool does it pretty well, too. I think he's like the master of fourth wall breaks.
Yeah, and then everyone just references, like, keeps on referencing him and like ruining it. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, you know, Deadpool was cool when he wasn't like.
He was cool before anyone watched the first Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
Like I was reading Deadpool comics before it came out. I was like, oh, this is epic.
I never read the comics, but I always thought he was interesting.
I read the comics. I love the comics. And I watched the movie. It's like, oh, this is awesome. Now everybody can like Deadpool. Then everyone likes him for like the wrong reason. Oh my god, it's funny that he says the poo poo. I'm like, oh god. It's like, yeah, there's more to him than that, but okay.
Yeah, no. I love him so much. But listen, let's actually let's start some closing topics because we're almost to an hour now.
Yeah.
You know, all things must come to an end, good or bad.
Speaking of bad, Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah. No. Why don't you take this one? Go ahead and.
No, like. And you remember when we first saw like the trailer, right? Back in 2018, we were watching like the E3.
Yeah.
Like stuff. Yeah, you remember? I was like, oh, this looks cool. Okay, yeah. We saw the tech demo. I was like, yeah. Then they were promising a lot of promises I knew they weren't gonna be able to keep.
Yeah, I did too.
They were hyping up their character customization, which I'm gonna say in my review that I'm gonna do whenever I finish it. And when on this podcast, I'll say is very mediocre for where they hyped it up.
No, I think they made up on their promise. Or like, I just remember dicks.
No, they did not.
And like pussies.
No, they disappointed me with the dick customization.
You wanted more dick options.
They say, oh, you can customize it like as big as you want. No, you want to know what you get? Circumcised, uncircumcised, big, small.
You wanted what other options are gonna throw in there? What other penis options did you want?
Okay, actually, like, make it as big as you want. Make it as small as you want. No, make it like a half circumcision. Like, that's a thing.
Who the fuck gets half circumcised?
It's so you can still get the feeling. Like,
that is not a thing.
I don't know. Well, a lot of people don't really do circumcisions anymore because there's not really a point.
Is that catching on? Really?
It was done. The first reason was like religious reasons, but people have been backing off on that, and now people are saying it's health reasons because you don't clean it.
Yeah.
When it's uncircumcised and like blood and sperm and stuff. I don't know.
Any more?
But they were like hyping. You can like choose the different like a million different options, and you're like, okay, you get like 5 for this.
Any more
6
dick
for that,
options,
7 for that.
dude? Like, how many dick options do you want?
Just, I don't know why. But don't say that's in depth when there's like
you wanted
options,
like a curve option, curve to the left, curve to the right slider.
You don't even get that. You don't even get curved options. You can't make it like.
I want my character to have a cock that looks like mine's. I think I should be allowed to do that.
Yes. And by the way, all that customization to your dick completely pointless.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this
there's
review.
There's no point.
This dick customization.
It's gonna be like an in-depth like dick review of like, yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
Look, you guys have that to look forward to.
Yeah, and you know what? It would be such a big issue if it wasn't all for nothing. Like, one, when you take off your pants in like the world, you can't even see your dick. Like, it clothes you when you look down.
Oh, right, because you have like boxers or some shit.
Even though when you look in your character,
you're like naked.
oh no, wait, I'm pantsless.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I will say it is like gender friendly. Like you can make a girl with big tits and a huge cock if you want. Like,
yeah.
Nothing's stopping you. Which is what I did.
I wouldn't expect anything less from that.
You make a guy without a dick, or like vice versa. I don't know if you can give your guy tits. I haven't tried that yet. Probably not, considering how lackluster the customization was. So.
I mean, I actually never played the game, but I heard it was decent. But if you want more Cyberpunk news, definitely visit.
Thanks for name dropping me, but
whenever he posts that review,
I'll cut it out. I don't care. I don't know.
Do you want to cut it out? What do you want to be called?
Yeah, just Fred Hunter. I don't care. But
Fred.
Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077.
If you want more what's the game called? Cyberpunk related news and reviews, go visit Fred's channel.
I also have a sneaking suspicion they just wanted to meet like Keanu Reeves. That's the main reason he's in the game.
Maybe. I feel like he fits well in the universe though.
His voice acting is a little bit lackluster, but
I gotta be honest.
He kind of fits the role of Johnny Silverhands.
Yeah.
Like he's not some made up character they made up just for having Keanu Reeves. He's an actual character in the world building of, Cyberpunk.
I do.
So, sorry, continue.
I respect what he does. I don't think he's the greatest actor.
He's typecast because people like him.
Yeah.
And that's not really his own fault. That's just like the fault of people casting him for roles he's not really meant for.
Right? He was good in The Matrix, that I believe.
Because he was cast for it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't because he was Keanu Reeves. He still wasn't well known back then.
Yeah.
It was because of the Matrix movie. It was because of the Bill and Ted movies. It was because of all of his other past stuff. And he's considered like the most wholesome guy in the universe, which he is.
Yeah. No scandals. Hopefully, it'll stay like that.
Like I heard that his cameo in the SpongeBob movie was like pretty bad.
Oh, I didn't.
Like he was cast as Keanu Reeves because he was Keanu Reeves. That was the main reason he was in the SpongeBob movie.
Okay, we gotta end this soon because we're more than an hour now. Is there?
Oh yeah, we're getting to that hour mark.
Let's do. You have 1 minute, super speed. Talk about the things that happened since the last podcast. Everything you can remember.
In 1 minute.
In 1 minute, super speed. I'm gonna time you right now. Ready? Hold on. Let me.
What are you typing?
3. You have 1 minute. 3.
Okay.
2, 1. You remember nothing?
What were you typing something?
No, I'm not typing anything. I'm saying like.
It says you were typing something. Okay.
Oh no.
Call Me
3,
Carson scandal.
2, 1.
Or, the Call Me Carson scandal. Big company did oopsie. I don't really. Here's the thing. When stuff happens, and unless I'm like interested in it, I don't really care. if I take notice of it and enough
It's
people
true.
talk about it, I'm like, okay, that's happening.
So do you forfeit your 35 seconds?
I forfeit. Yeah, I do. Because if you're expecting me to remember everything that happened in a year, odds are I'm probably not gonna remember it.
Let me see if I could remember. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So yeah, storming the Capitol, Belphinine gets canceled. Did something happen to PewDiePie? No, I don't think anything happened to PewDiePie.
Well, actually, wait, hold on. Let me double think about that.
Trump, I think, maybe after.
I totally forgot. He got banned from every social media.
Yes, he did. He got banned.
But he wasn't banned from OnlyFans, so.
Yeah, true.
And I don't think he was even banned from Newgrounds either. So.
You
know.
Super speed the topics. One-liners. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's all a blur. You don't barely remember what the fuck happened.
The Office isn't on Netflix anymore.
No, actually, it's on the different versions if you have a VPN.
If you have a VPN, it left the United States. Or maybe Peacock if you want The Office.
Yeah.
What else happened? Any scandals?
Well, actually, I feel like
Kanye
there were
West
scandals.
and Jeffree Star.
Didn't Kanye break up with? Isn't he divorced now?
I think I don't know.
Or they're getting a divorce or something because he's apparently a lunatic who wants to run for president or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Kanye fucking lost the presidency. Obviously.
I thought he's running for the next one.
No, he's not fucking. Kanye needs to shut the fuck up.
What's
one-liners, man.
I don't
One-liners.
I know, but there's so much to unpack with him.
So much.
How does he work?
In the next episode, we'll have a whole topic with
discussion
Kanye.
about Kanye.
What
is scoopity poopity?
I'm trying to make your life easier, man, because you gotta edit this shit.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. What else? Fuck.
I think that's all we can remember for now. Later we're gonna beat ourselves up because we should have fucking talked about that. Did anything happen Christmas, Halloween, Christmas? Nothing happened Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed your New Year's, right? Hope your families are safe. Everything's okay.
Yeah. Oh, Quibi got canceled.
Quibi. Yeah, Quibi did indeed.
No, literally shut down because no one watched it. Which is funny.
I don't know. It was just dumb.
Do you really want install an app specific only for your phone and watch mediocre shows like a show about a self-conscious, a talking blow-up doll?
I honestly did kind of want to see that. Because
that looked shitty. That looked awful.
I'll watch anything with Anna Kendrick in it, so I don't know.
Well, who is that again? I forgot.
Anna Kendrick. She's super fucking cute. She made the Cup song, No.
Yeah, it looked like garbage. There was a weird BoJack Horseman ripoff on that show.
Is there? Oh, I don't know.
It was trying to imitate the style, but it was in basic Flash animation, and it was
Belphinine started porn.
Oh yeah, she started porn.
There was controversy because her video got banned, but then WAP was still on.
Oh yeah, WAP's a thing. Garbage music video that's borderline porn. All Cardi B and Nicki Minaj's music videos are just borderline porn at points. So I don't know why that's they're literally on Pornhub.
I have no comment for that.
Am I wrong?
Maybe. And in the latest news, we are releasing a new podcast episode, and that might be the biggest thing that's happened in the past month.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
stay tuned. Yep.
Let's end this at 1:10. I think it's a pretty good time. We're over 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Is there any goodbyes you want to say? I feel like we're rushing the ending here, but we kind of have to. Unless you could super cut things down, but I don't think you want to go through that much work. Any goodbyes you want to say? Any last moments, topics you want to mention?
Goodbye, farewell, wash your hands, wash your face and ass, because the virus might crawl up out there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my brain does not give a shit. It's funny.
All right, so that's your ending. I have a few more. RIP, RBG, and Emmett Till.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Two of the greatest people.
I forgot. Sean Connery passed away. And so
Sean
did,
Connery, yes.
What's his face? I think Burt Reynolds passed away in 2019.
Rip the greatest to ever do it.
Alex Trebek, host of
Oh, Alex Trebek.
Yeah, the host of
I never watched Jeopardy. I never watched
Jeopardy, yeah.
but I feel like he was a pretty good person.
Yeah, there was like a weird fascination with Saturday Night Live where they would make it that Sean Connery and Alex Trebek hate each other every time they played
Oh, really?
a Jeopardy. Like there's an iconic line where I forget who played.
No more tangents. We have 40 seconds left.
Well, this is a good one to end it on. He's like, "Yo, suck it, Trebek. Suck it hard. Suck it long."
Oh, what?
Yeah, they made up this. It was funny. Like Saturday Night Live back when it was good, had this whole weird.
You have 10 seconds to wrap it up.
Yeah, had their own lore on why, that they had a feud together for no reason. And it was the funniest thing. I knew that.
If you want, put a clip at the end of this.
Yeah, I'll find a clip of it. It's assuming that Saturday Night Live doesn't take it down. They have a dirty habit of doing that. They like take down their own work because they don't agree with it politically anymore. It's really shitty. Okay, that's it. So
we're ending it on that note. We are over 1 hour and 10 minutes. Hopefully Chris can cut it down and get it a little shorter.
Yep.
But to send it off, Chris, say your goodbyes.
I already said my goodbyes actually.
Say them again. All right, I'll say them.
I'll just. You know what I'll do? I'll just repaste repaste my thank you and just call it a day.
Okay, insert it here. All right, Chris, say your goodbyes. All right. No,
I was surprised. I said that verbatim, like exactly.
Yeah, exactly. How'd you do that? Fucking.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the rhythm of it, you know.
No, but Chris has given his goodbyes. But I hope you guys are all safe. I hope you didn't wait too long for this podcast. I don't think we have any dedicated fans yet, so.
Nope.
Yet, but we will, because we're gonna get this podcast off the ground. And we're gonna get a following. And we're gonna do it right. We're gonna
get canceled. We're gonna act like we're sorry. No, we're gonna.
I don't have social media anymore, so I can't get canceled. But.
Oh yeah, I forgot. If you don't own the social media, you can't get canceled on it.
Yeah, man.
Smart thinking. Big brain.
But we love you. We love you guys. I love you. Make sure you're safe. Wear a mask. If you don't, I'll beat your ass. And stay inside. Do your work. Stay alive as well. Ask for help when you need it. And yeah, tune in next time, man. But that has been the Coffeemates Podcast. Chris, what's our outro? We got to say it together,
I didn't plan that ahead. I didn't plan
the song, The Good Cup of Coffee. Oh, that's a good cup of coffee.
Don't do it.
And this has been Coffeemates. Say it with me, Chris. And that's
have a good cup of coffee. That's actually not a bad one. The more I think about it.
All right, let's say it together. Come on, ready? All right, this has been Coffeemates.
Coffeemates.
And that's a good cup of coffee.
And that's a good cup of coffee. That needs rehearsal.
All right, one more time. Ready?
Wait,
leave all these takes in.
Yeah.
All right, go.
1, 2, 3.
This has been Coffeemates, and that's a good have a good
cup of coffee.
Good cup of coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
Is it have a good cup? All right, I
remember my own song?
Remember to have a good cup of coffee.
Yeah, have a good cup of coffee. Yeah.
All right, man. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye. Boom. We recorded it, Chris. And I'm still recording. So, this is for future Chris, man. I hope you're enjoying a good cup of coffee. I love you, man. Call me if anything. And we need to hang out. So let me know. And I'm ending the recording here. Blech.